Hello all, welcome to Biocatalyst. Today, this will be our last lecture for the chapter Reproduction in Human Beings. Today's topic is menstrual cycle. Let's start. The reproductive cycle in the female primates, example monkeys, apes, and human beings, is called menstrual cycle. The first menstruation begins at puberty and it is called menarche. The first menstruation is known as menarche. In human females, menstruation is repeated at an average interval of about 28 to 29 days, and the cycle of events starting from one menstruation till the next one is called as menstrual cycle. One ovum is released during ovulation, and in the middle of each menstrual cycle, the major events of the menstrual cycle are shown in the figure. I will discuss this figure. The cycle starts with the menstrual phase when the menstrual flow occurs and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. The menstrual flow results due to breakdown of endometrial lining of the uterus, and its menstruation only occurs if the released ovum is not fertilized. Lack of menstruation may be indicative of pregnancy. However, it may also be caused due to some other underlying causes like stress, poor health, etc. The menstrual phase is followed by the follicular phase. During this phase, the primary follicle in the ovary grow to become a fully mature Graafian follicle, and simultaneously the endometrium of the uterus regenerates through proliferation. These changes in the ovary and the uterus are induced by the change in the levels of pituitary and ovarian hormone. The secretion of gonadotropins increase gradually during the follicular phase and stimulates follicular development as well as secretion of estrogen by the growing follicles, both LH and FSH attaining at that of the peak level. In the middle cycle, that is in the 14th day, rapid secretion of LH leading to its maximum level during that of the middle of cycle called as LH surge, which includes the rupture of the Graafian follicle and thereby the release of the ovum, that is ovulation. The ovulation or the ovulatory phase. The ovulation, that is the ovulatory phase, is followed by the luteal phase, during which the remaining part of the Graafian follicle transforms as the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum secretes a large amount of progesterone, which is essential for maintenance of the endometrium. Such an endometrium is necessary for implantation of the fertilized ovum and other events of pregnancy. During pregnancy, all events of the menstrual cycle stops and there is no menstruation. In the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum degenerates. This causes degeneration of the endometrium leading to menstruation, which marks a new cycle. In human beings, menstrual cycle ceases around 50 years of age, which is known as menopause. Cyclic menstruation is an indicator of normal reproductive phase and extends between menarche and menopause. Let's go through the graph. See, this part is the uterine event, then ovarian hormone level, then ovarian event, then pituitary hormone. During the first phase, the when the menarche occurs, okay, the lining of the endometrium starts to shut down, and during this phase, progesterone level becomes nil. You can say estrogen have that slight curve and the developing of the follicle takes place, and LH and FSH also correlates at some point. And during the shutdown, एकदम फुल जब हो जाता है हमारा एंडोमेट्रियम लाइनिंग ग्रो, तब ईस्ट्रोजन लेवल बढ़ता है, उसके बाद जाके 25th डे में जाके फिर से ईस्ट्रोजन लेवल एक कर्व देता है, एंड प्रोजेस्टेरॉन सिर्फ 21 से 25th डे में ही एक कर्व देता है. और इधर हम देख सकते हैं जब फॉलिकल मैच्योर हो गया, ओव्यूलेशन हो गया, एंड देन कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम भी फॉर्म हो गया, एंड ड्यूरिंग द डॉट 14 डे LH एंड FH लेवल सर्ज, ओके, एंड LH लेवल बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, सबसे ऊपर वाला. ये चलता है हमारे बॉडी के अंदर ड्यूरिंग मेंस्ट्रुएशन. Fertilization and implantation. During copulation, that is coitus, semen is released by the penis into the vagina. The motile sperm swim rapidly, pass through the cervix, enter into the uterus, and finally reach the ampullary region of the fallopian tube. The ovum released by the ovary is also transported to the ampullary region when fertilization takes place. Fertilization can only occur if the ovum and sperms are transported simultaneously to the ampullary region. This is the reason why all not copulation lead to the fertilization and pregnancy. The process of fusion of a sperm with an ovum is called fertilization. During fertilization, a sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida layer of the ovum and indicates the changes in the membrane that block the entry of the additional sperms, thus ensures that the only sperm fertilize an ovum. The secretion of the acrosome helps the sperm to enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum through zona pellucida and the plasma membrane. This induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte. The second mitotic division is also unequal and result in the formation of the second polar body and the haploid, that is oocyte. Soon the haploid nucleus of the sperms and that of the ovum fuse together in order to form the diploid zygote. And in middle it is given the X and Y thing, that is a sex determination in case of human being, and I am hoping that everyone knows about it. So I'm just skipping this part. That is why scientifically it is correct to say that the sex of the body. Okay, why this line say that there is a taboo that the mother is dependent for the gender of the baby, but it's not so, because the mother's body only have an X chromosome or the X, and the father body consists of both the types X and Y. So whatever the father is going to give, that is either the X chromosome or the X sperm or the Y sperm, that will lead to the like being like that will lead to the confirmation of the gender of the baby, and for that reason it is said that father is the one who is responsible for having the baby to be a boy or a girl. The mitotic division starts as the zygote moves through the isthmus of the oviduct called cleavage towards the uterus and forms 2, 4, 8, 16 daughter cells called blastomeres. The embryo with the 8 to 16 blastomere is called as morula. The morula continues to divide and transforms into blastocysts, and it moves further into the uterus. The blastomeres and the blastocysts are arranged in an outer layer called as trophoblast and an inner group of cells attached to the trophoblast called as the inner cell mass. The trophoblast layer then gets attached to the endometrium and the inner cell mass get differentiated as the embryo. After attachment, the uterine cell divides rapidly and covers the blastocyst. As a result, the blastocyst became embedded in the endometrium in the uterus. This is called as implantation, and this will lead to pregnancy. Pregnancy and embryo development. After implantation, finger-like projection appear on the trophoblast core, which is known as chronic villi, which is surrounded by the uterine tissue and maternal blood. The chronic villi and uterine tissue become interdigested with each other and jointly form a structural and functional unit between the developing embryo, that is fetus, and maternal body called as a placenta. The placenta facilitates the supply of oxygen and nutrient to the embryo and also removal of the carbon dioxide and excretory waste material produced by the embryo. The placenta is connected to the embryo through an umbilical cord which helps in the transport of substance to and from the embryo. Placenta also acts as an endocrine tissue and produces several hormones like human chronic, gonadotropin, human placental, lactogen, estrogen, progesterone, etc. In the later phase of pregnancy, an hormone called as relaxin is also secreted by the ovary. HCG, HPL and relaxin are produced in hormone during pregnancy. In addition, during pregnancy, the levels of other hormones like estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, prolactin, thyroxine, etc. are increased. Several folds in the membrane blood increase produce of this hormone is essential for supporting the fetal growth of the metabolic changes in the mother and maintenance of pregnancy. Immediately after implantation, the inner cell mass, that is embryo, differentiates into an outer layer called as ectoderm and an inner layer called as endoderm. The mesoderm soon appears between the both ecto and endoderm. These three layers give rise to an tissue in adult. It is also be mentioned as the inner cell mass containing the certain cells which have the potency to give rise to all the tissue and organs. Which are the human pregnancy lasts for 9 months. Um, in human being, after 1 month of pregnancy, the embryo's heart is formed. The first sign of the growing fetus must be noticed by listening to the heart beats or the heart sound through stethoscope. By the end of the second month of pregnancy, the fetus develops limbs and digits. By the end of 12 weeks, that is first trimester, most of the major organ system are formed. For example, the limbs are external genital organs which are well developed. The first movements of the fetus and appearance of the hair and the head are usually observed during the fifth month. By the end of the 24 weeks or the end of the second trimester, the body is covered with the fine hair, that is eyelids separate and the eyelashes are formed. By the end of 9 months of pregnancy, the fetus is fully developed and it is ready for delivery. Parturition and lactation. The average duration of the human pregnancy is about 9 months, which is known as gestation period. Vigorous contraction of the uterus at the end of the pregnancy causes explosion or delivery. The process of delivery of the fetus, that is childbirth, is called parturition. Parturition is induced by a complex neuroendocrine mechanism. The signals of parturition originate from the fully developed fetus and the placenta, which induce mild uterine contraction called a fetal ejection reflex. This triggers release of oxytocin from the maternal pituitary. Oxytocin acts as a uterine muscle, can causes stronger uterine contraction, which in turn stimulates a further secretion of oxytocin. The stimulatory reflex between the uterine contraction and oxytocin secretion continues, resulting in stronger and stronger contraction. This leads to expansion of the baby out of the uterus through the birth canal. Parturition. Soon after the infant is delivered, the placenta is also expelled out of the uterus. The mammary glands of the female undergo differentiation during pregnancy and starts producing milk towards the end of pregnancy by the process called lactation. This helps the mother in feeding the newborn. The milk produced during the initial few days of lactation are known as colostrum, which contains several antibodies absolutely essential to develop resistance for the newborn babies. Breastfeeding during the initial period of the infant growth is recommended by the doctor for bringing the healthy baby. ये समरी एंड एक्सरसाइज के क्वेश्चंस हैं. आप लोग मेरे को बताना जो बोर्ड्स देंगे नेक्स्ट ईयर 26 में. तो अगर आप लोगों को चाहिए क्वेश्चन आंसर भी तो मैं आपको डिलीवर कर दूंगी. बट फॉर देट आई नीड टू नो, सो पिंग में इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. एंड तब तक के लिए पढ़ते रहे, अच्छे से पढ़ना. अगले 2-3 दिनों में PYQ आ जाएंगे लास्ट 10 ईयर्स के इस चैप्टर में. तो चैनल के साथ जुड़े रहना. तब तक के लिए टेक केयर and study hard. Bye.